If you've ever watched any of my videos and wondered how I do all the filming myself, I'm going to break it down for you in this video. And best of all, I'll show you how you can do it for under $500. When I'm filming my hunts, I don't have the luxury of a camera person or a production crew. It's just me and four pieces of equipment that I use to capture the shot, capture my reaction, and pretty much just tell the whole story. And before I get into the actual equipment that I use, I want to share my philosophy on self-filming, and it's pretty straightforward. I focus on two things. Number one, keeping it as simple as possible. And number two is making sure I don't miss the shot. If I'm fumbling around with buttons or camera arms or something like that and a deer actually walks in and I miss the shot, then what's the point? So what do I mean by simple? Simple to me means minimal amount of gear, easy workflow, and just not overthinking filming the hunt. And when I say don't miss the shot, in my mind, it means not putting the filming over the shot. If it comes down to me making a clean, ethical shot versus trying to capture it on film, I'm always going to go for the shot. So the first piece of equipment I want to share with you is the Tactacam Solo Extreme. This is my don't miss it camera. I use the rail mount, the Tactacam rail mount, so I can mount it onto my crossbow, I can mount it onto my rifle if I'm rifle hunting, but this is my don't miss the shot camera. So when a deer is coming in and the adrenaline is hitting, I don't have to worry about where I'm aiming. I don't have to worry about swinging camera arms. This is going to capture the kill shot. I also use this camera to follow the animal after the shot. So I see the reaction of the animal once it's been shot. I can follow it, hopefully see it drop. So it gives me a better opportunity to track that animal as well. So not only do I get the shot, it helps with following the reaction after the shot. The pros of the Tactacam Solo is it's very lightweight, it's easy to use, and again, the mount is great for taking footage exactly where I'm aiming. The cons, it's not going to give you that cinematic footage of your actual shot. It is a wide angle, but there are cameras out there that may take a wider angle to give you more of the scene. But the idea, again, this is to keep it simple or don't miss the shot piece, is that you will capture the kill shot. The price for the Tactacam Extreme Solo, you can find them, since they've been out for a while, you can find them used, refurbished, maybe 150 bucks. You don't have to break the bank, and it'll give you the kill shot that you're looking for. Next up is my GoPro. I'm using a GoPro 12 with the media mod. And in my mind, this enhances your hunt tremendously. I actually put it on my tether. I mount it on my tether looking down at me. The tether is a great way to mount it because as you move, it follows you as you move. I use it to record my intro. You may see me fiddling around in the tree, but best thing is it records your reaction. And let's face it, sometimes the reaction is just as good as the actual kill shot. The thing about the GoPro is you want to think about battery life. So I don't usually turn it on until I hopefully see a deer before it sees me, and I'll make sure that the camera is on so it'll get me through the whole shooting process. And battery life matters, so I don't have the camera on unless I have an animal coming in, and the media mod actually makes it easier to attach my Rode wireless mics which I'm going to share with you next. After a little research, I found that you can get a GoPro with the media mod for around 200 bucks. You probably can actually find them a little bit cheaper out of season, but around 250 max, you can get the GoPro with the media mod. If there's one piece of equipment I think made a huge difference in my videos, it's the Rode Wireless Go 2. This is for your audio, and the audio is critically important when you're filming your hunt. So while you may find the need to whisper, while you're doing your intros, when you're doing your reactions, etc., being able to actually hear your voice, maybe the surrounding sounds during a hunt, makes all the difference in the outcome for your videos, in my opinion. So if you're looking to upgrade your equipment, make sure you upgrade your audio. I picked up this Rode wireless mic, a complete set with a receiver and an additional mic, on eBay for 80 bucks. And one of the most underrated cameras in the woods is your cell phone. I'm sure you have the cell phone with you once you go into the woods. You can use the cell phone to create all kinds of B-roll footage. You can film sunrises, sunsets. You can film tracking the deer once you're down on the ground. You can film walking into the woods. There's so many things that you can do with your cell phone camera. And most cell phone cameras are pretty good nowadays. So don't forget your cell phone camera. So here's how it works all together. The Tactacam gets the impact. The GoPro gets my perspective, or gets the perspective. The audio brings everything to life. And then your camera gets the atmosphere, or B-roll footage. Before the hunt, you want to make sure that everything is charged. Your SD cards are clear. You want to make sure you're testing your mics. I've had that happen before where my mic wasn't working. And you want to make sure that you have all the equipment packed. And when you're in the tree, you want to make sure your mics are on and working. Your GoPro is ready to go, set to one push record, and that your Tactacam is set the same way, one button push record. When I have everything set up in this way and a deer walks in, it's so much easier for me. It's less that I have to worry about, and I can focus on making sure I get a clean, ethical shot. So what would I say to someone who is just starting or just getting into self filming? Number one, I'd say you don't need all of this all at one time. Start with your cell phone, get comfortable using your cell phone, then maybe move to a weapon mounted camera, and they actually have weapon mounts for your cell phone. You can find those out there as well. And then invest in your audio. Again, you don't need all of this at one time. You can upgrade slowly over time. And I do want to share this with you. One of my upgrades for the next season is the Noqua battery pack. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Noqua. So this actually comes from my kayak. So I do kayak fishing as well. This was for my fish finder, but I actually just recently purchased an adapter, a USB adapter, so I can put this in my backpack. This is a 10 amp, I believe, and I put it in my backpack. I connect the adapter. I run a US cable to both my phone and my GoPro, and I will never have to worry about exchanging batteries or running out of batteries while I'm out in a field. This, I've actually put it on my phone. I put it on my one of my cameras just to see how long it would last, and it will definitely outlast the time that I'm in the tree during a hunt. So that's the way I self-film my hunts, using just 4 pieces of equipment and with a budget of under $500. You're probably going to come in around $300 if you look around and look for maybe used or refurbished pieces of equipment. Thank you for watching till the end of this video. Drop a comment below and let me know if you are self-filming. What's your setup? I'm always open to learning. If you're new to self-filming, drop a comment or a question into the comment section below, and I'll make sure that I answer, or I'm sure the community will answer, giving you their opinions on the best way to go about self-filming. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.